Hello, welcome back. My name is Sybonn, and this is a little look back on the first ever Terraria boss-themed house build that I did, the Eye of Cthulhu. So you guys all in the comment section and suggested everywhere that I should do the phase 2 of the Eye of Cthulhu. And I thought what better to start this year was to build upon the original build and add this phase 2, or at least try. So first of all, I had to try and tweak around the original build because it's kind of looking in the right direction, and in my head I wanted them to be facing off against each other, hence why I call this a phase off. So I started off by rebuilding the eyeball to then relocate the pupil a little bit further down so it's pointing horizontally. So I could have completely rebuilt the whole eyeball and changed the style of it, but I kind of like the original, so I kept everything the same. I just literally relocated it down so it looks exactly the same as the original. And in doing so, I had to change some of where all the veins and everything was poking out, so it just looked right in the end. So once that was looking right, then I started on the phase 2 eyeball, and I wanted it to look as much of a circle as possible, so I started off with a complete circle initially and then cut a mouth out. I know at this point it looks like a Pac-Man with lipstick, but just bear with it. So I experimented with some different styles and different blocks for the actual teeth because they're kind of really jagged in the actual game, so when obviously it's blown up in this kind of size, I wanted to look pretty accurate. And using this sturdy fossil, it gives off this little twinkling effect which looked really great at the end. So once I got all the jagged teeth in place, then I decided to put a bit of highlight with using white paint just to really make it stand out and be a bit more 3D. And now you can see the Pac-Man with lipstick has kind of gone now. It's a little bit better, but we're putting on the other side of the mouth and the gums and all the blood dripping from the teeth. So I very much mirrored the vibe from the first Eye of Cthulhu build, just to make it really go together. And now's the tricky part of putting all the veins on the eyeball and trailing behind it. So again, keeping the same kind of style, using the multiple different silly balloon blocks, because the great thing about the silly balloon blocks is they don't combine and they have different textures which do different things with the red colour. And that combined with the silly balloon walls really completed the build and really made it all come together. And then all that was left was to decorate it and doing some of the little fine details, which now I'll show you the main build. So here we are, the finished build. I hope you like it. I'm going to show you around the original eyeball first, and because of the kind of a little bit of tweaks that I've made to it. Obviously you've seen the pupil has been moved to the front, and I've added some little veins around the backside, and you'll notice these little fountains have appeared now, if you remember from the last one. And because I've added these little waterfalls to look like blood dripping from the back of the Eye of Cthulhu, I think that's about gory as you need to be, really. You guys seemed to like the gore last time, so I just stepped it up a little bit of a notch, and hopefully it's not too bad, or maybe I could add more, I don't know, let me know. And I've painted all the kind of scenery as well, the trees and all sorts, just to make it all fit in and look as nice as possible, as nice as blood dripping from a floating eyeball can be anyway. And then moving on from that, we've got the phase 2 eyeball, which I really like how it's turned out. The teeth look great. I've got little blood dripping around his mouth, and something that I wasn't really into at the time until I started building a little bit more was logic sensors. And you probably have noticed that yourselves if you've been around this channel for a little while. But this is how we get in, and it had to be done. I think it's kind of a cool way of just going down his throat. And I've added these little actuated veins, and look, we've got a master mode relic of the Eye of Cthulhu, because we're in 1.4 now and I can add things like that. So I thought that was rather fitting and kind of goes with the theme. I love how the veins have come out with the silly balloon walls behind, just to add a bit of 3D to it. It kind of just completes it off, I think. And then it's all dripping down to the main floor just to complete the overall look of it. Now, I really do love how it looks at night, and I really like this sturdy fossil twinkling with some gem sparks in the background as well, just to add a bit of eerie red like colour to it. And I've also done the same with the back side of the eye as well, just to really stand out. So even at night it looks great. And I think all these kind of rooms are quite practical, really. It's very difficult to navigate around because it's very bouncy, but if you added some more workstations and things like that, I think it could be usable. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you did like it, then please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Let me know what you'd like to see me build next, and whether you want me to revisit other builds of mine and what I should do with them. And if you want to check out the first Eye of Cthulhu build, I'll put a link in the description and on the screen as well, so you can check that out. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.